All right, back at it with another build biology. This time, one of the cleanest Evos I've ever seen. Beautiful car. Dude's local. Ravi, what's up, man?
What's up, Dan? How are you?
Ravi, CSF Coolers. You've brought us this beautiful Evo.
You know, we got it ready for SEMA last year, and now it's going into race car shape, and we're happy to have it here at Hoonigan Garage.
So this is what was show car at SEMA. Now is going to be your fun-having race car.
Yeah, we're ready to tear this shit up. So
he's already talking to me about beating the crap out of this thing. He just wants to get into it and just get a track set up. So.
Yep. So this is a Evo 10. It started off as a Crash Pirelli World Challenge car. It was a roller. All the parts were out of the car. When we wanted to build something to be a race car, obviously it's got to look the part and be aggressive on the outside. It was originally supposed to be a bolt-on body kit, the wide fenders and the whole deal, but you know, my style is a little bit more clean. I really wanted to make it look like it could have just rolled out like a factory floor like this.
Really
so
does.
we did everything molded. It's a Street Fighter LA body kit, and it's being completely molded. This was the very first one. The kit's now for sale, but we had the first one on the car, and we debuted it at SEMA last year.
Man, it's just beautiful. And then obviously the carbon hood, aftermarket, and your exhaust poking through it. You can see the sheepy build. We'll talk about that later when we can actually see it. And then the front bumper is all the same thing?
Yeah, so it's the full kit from Street Fighter LA. It comes with the diffusers and the front lip and the side skirts. We just wanted to make it look really clean. We just did a quick release front bumper because it doesn't fit in the trailer with the bumper on, so now it's really easy to pull it on and off.
Those are so cool. What are the wheels we have going on here?
So we have Rotoform 3-piece forged LSR wheels. They're not necessarily known for a motorsports wheel. I told them I wanted to do something motorsports, right? It's gonna be a race car. So they gave me these super light forged wheels, and they're wrapped in Toyo R888R race tires.
And the mirrors.
Yeah, so there's a few parts that we got from Japanese companies. So there's only 2 parts. The rest of it is a USA built car. We got the Craft Square in June, carbon fiber mirrors, and then if you come around to the back, we also got these taillights from Bulletproof Automotive. They imported us. Those are the Varies taillights.
Those are awesome.
LED taillights, kind of give it a little bit of a new age look.
Yeah.
On the back, we got this competition carbon fiber APR wing. So.
Yeah, they make such good stuff. We've had plenty of run-ins with APR and had so many quality builds in here. They all run this beautiful wing. All carbon. That's
so
not a wrap.
The hood and the trunk are both Cybon carbon fiber components.
And the fitment is good too. So that's pushed out quite a bit. I mean, that's a pretty wide body for this. This is all Lexan?
Yep. Lexan windows, we got those from the Crash Pirelli World Challenge car. Those have been transferred over.
Full race car stuff. And this, no windows.
Right now, no windows.
Just right in there.
For SEMA, we wanted to be able to give people access to see all the goods on the inside.
Yeah.
People really like to get inside and really see everything that's happening with it.
Well, speaking of, let's do that. Let's look on the inside. I like that too. That's
for sure. So that's how you get out of the car. But you know, all the doors work. You know, let's start at the back because I think that's pretty cool. So as you can see, all the paneling inside the car is all aluminum sheet metal. Bead rolled, super intricate. It was really hard for him to put these panels in because the cage was already in the car.
Yeah.
This is the cage from the Crash Pirelli World Challenge roller that we bought. So it's a 25-point cage.
Because why would you change that?
Yeah, exactly. And that was a big reason why we bought the car.
TIG welded, beautiful. Already got the inspection points in it. It looks really nice. I love all this stuff.
Yeah, and that's hiding the carbon fiber fuel bladder that's right underneath it.
Oh, really?
So you'll be able to see that when we lift the car up.
See, we got tanks here for dry sump.
That's that Peterson dry sump and the vent can.
I love how it's integrated into the cage too. It's so nice. The dash is so cool. That's aluminum as well?
Yep, everything's aluminum, all done by Gabe down there at ASC Speed Metal.
Trans tunnel. It's awesome, man. I can tell because we've had him on here, but that's Rywire stuff, right?
Definitely. Ryan at Rywire personally did all of the fuel and electrical plumbing. That's an HP electronic keypad, which is pretty much the brain of the entire vehicle. There's no other buttons on this entire car. That's how you start it. That's how you put the pumps. That's how you put the left and right blinkers. That's everything. Ignition. Yeah. So all the lights kind of flash. And then down there in the passenger wheel well, that's where you have the HP electronic brain along with the Cyvex S8 ECU system.
So nice. You can just tell how clean everything he does is. So you nailed it on this entire build because it looks amazing. Everything in the interior is so nice, so clean. Like, it's not your typical race car setup where you just have shit everywhere. There's just wires and stuff hanging everywhere and zip ties and whatnot. Everything's so tucked and so clean.
Yeah, and then that's a tilt-in pedal box. So another high-end component that we took over from the Pirelli World Challenge car.
Well, let's get to the business. Let's pop this hood off.
Definitely. What's really nice, because we had the idea that it's a race car, everything is quick release. So if you just push that button.
See how slick those are? It's so good. It looks so good.
The guy who convinced me to buy this car when I told him about the deal was my good friend Alex at Sheepy Built. And he's the one that did the entire turbo kit with the titanium hood exit. We had Garrett come on board. They gave us one of their new 3582 reverse rotational turbos. He came up with the entire thing. I didn't even tell him what I wanted. I just dropped the car off and I said, Alex, make me something doper than anybody else has in the world.
Yeah.
You know, and this is what he came up with.
He's one of those guys too that I would trust to do that. You take your creativity and just do something.
You know, we did that with everybody on this build. You know, everyone put their own signature mark.
Two-way skates.
Turbo Smart blow-off valves, wastegates, 80 millimeter drive-by-wire throttle body.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Everything fits so beautifully.
And it's all locked in.
These coolers are just...
All the clamps are the burn stainless HydroFlow clamps, so super high-end clamps. You know, and then just like some subtle touches, all the bolts were done by my good friend Frank at Downstar. So we did the contrasting black on the white and the red bolts on the black. We added some titanium bits to kind of flow along.
Serious urethane mounts. Man, this manifold and everything is just Sheepy Built, man. Artwork. Everything's mil spec, nice bulkhead.
You know, a lot of people think this is anodized. That's actually powder coated,
Oh, wow.
red anodized color. And I just think it looks great. You know, a lot of
does.
guys were doing like billet valve covers and like shiny stuff. And I was like, you know, just give me something that's clean that kind of
Yeah, I
matches
like
everything
it.
else that we're doing.
To me, it's more like a factory spec on something like that, but it's got a really clean look to it. I really like it. That's awesome. Can we pull the bumper off of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's rip this thing off.
Yep, so just gotta push that button. I think it's probably still engaged. Give me a second here.
This one's,
there it
this
is.
one's good.
Yep, you're good.
Wow, I love that intercooler.
That intercooler was done by Sheepy Built using one of the CSF bottom plate vertical flow cores. So it's a 4.5-inch thick core. Definitely gonna be good for about 1,000 horsepower if we need it to be, but this car, we're trying to be around 700.
Yeah.
680, 700.
Yeah, it's so big.
It's got our intercooler core that's been welded by Sheepy Built. Behind that is a large size tuck radiator that I actually make exclusively for Ryan at Rywire. So it's got 2 fan setups on the back, small fans, you know, shrouds built into it.
Yeah, that's really cool actually, that's rolled into it.
It's got AN16 fitting, so it's a dual pass, so everything's kind of, you know, on this side. What's really cool about the radiator, if you buy one, you can actually flip it around and it's completely universal. So you can have the fittings on this side, you can have the fittings on that side.
Wow, that's really cool.
And then this is one of our brand new oil coolers that we're about to release. It's a bar and plate oil cooler, so it can take rock chips. You know, it's super durable.
Wow.
You can fucking bang on it. You know, nothing's gonna really break that out. Again, a dual pass right there into the dry sump system.
Battery up front.
Yep, real lightweight lithium Braille battery.
So we kind of glazed over, but what is the power level that you're at now?
We just put this on the dyno, and it was about 550 when the clutch started to slip. We're thinking it's going to be good between 680 and 720.
And you're going to take it out to the track and just beat on it then.
Definitely. We're really excited about shift sector events, half-mile racing, you know, to see if we can get into like the 180 miles an hour range.
Oh, wow.
We'd like to get it up there. You know, it's got the cage, so it's good to go that fast.
Are you good to go that fast?
I hope so. You know, put my big boy pants on and drive straight, you know. So. And then we want to get it out to like global time attack events. I'm not going to pretend like I'm the best driver, so we might put a professional or one of our friends who's a really good driver into the car and see what type of lap time it can do.
And then you drive it.
Yeah, definitely. I want to be able to take it out to like HPD events, you know, drive it myself, enjoy what we built.
I can't wait to see it on the track, but I also want to see what's going on underneath it. We're going to have to get this thing on the lift.
Definitely. Let's get it up there.
Let's do it. What we got going on here? A whole lot.
Yeah, I haven't been under the car in a while. Let's start with the dry sump kit from
Obviously.
Magnus Motorsports. I mean, that's a fine piece of machinery for this car, and this kit is designed only to work with a tubular subframe, which we don't have. So we had to get different pulleys from Super Damper, from API.
Yeah,
It's all notched off a little bit. Obviously, again, the HS79 hose, which is kind of Ryden's signature wire and hosing that he uses. Billet oil pan. And, you know, some of the parts that came with the car was all the AK Motorsports from Europe subframes. Front, back, the whole deal.
So these are all the aftermarket. What did you say, chromoly?
Chromoly.
Chromoly front and rear.
Yeah. Everything, you know, you got rally arms right here. Yeah, so that was really nice to have those components come with the car when we started.
I mean, that's quite a bit of work. Quite a bit of fabrication that would have had to been done. What coilovers are they?
We got JRZ two-way coilovers in this right now. And then, you know, you can see the back end of the StopTech trophy brake setup over here.
These are massive. Need that stopping power.
Yeah, hopefully at the end of a shift vector run we can brake.
Yeah. This is what's interesting to me. This carbon fiber bladder is what you were talking about.
Yeah, this is, you know, these are one of those components that if a guy is trying to build this car, he can't even buy it.
Yeah.
It's a complete custom molded carbon fiber fuel bladder. It came with the car. It's, you know, this is like a $10,000 piece in itself. So just having this along with the purchase.
This came with the car?
Came with the car.
That's so crazy.
It was a little damaged, so we had to do some repairs to it, but we cleaned it all out. It was good to go, and yeah, we're able to use it now.
I don't think I've ever seen that, to be honest.
It was my first time ever seeing this before either. Yeah, I'd never seen that before also.
It's really cool.
If you peek back over here, this is a pump. It's called an AYC pump. You know, not all of us have ever been Mitsubishi guys or Evo guys, but that is a pump that actually runs the all-wheel drive system, sending power back and forth. You know, then Ryan worked it to be able to send the pulse all the way to the front and get that whole thing working with electronics.
That's amazing. And this, again, really cool looking subframe back here. Oh, chromoly, I like these hooks that they added in here as well.
Actually, Sheepy welded these on for us when he had the car.
It's for trailer?
Yeah, just so we could get in the trailer and do all those things. So that was nice of him to do that.
I might steal this idea. Thanks, Sheepy. I'm gonna steal that idea for sure.
Along with the fuel setup, it's got all Bosch Motorsports connectors.
Okay. The subframe itself is a lot of work. I like how they did the diff and everything else. Delrun. It's a gorgeous car. Can we pull a wheel off of it?
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
Huh? Big brake disc. But yeah, that is a huge caliber. 4-pod.
StopTech 4-pot trophy brake kit with their aero rotor.
Once these get warmed up, it's gonna pull your brains out of your face, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I have no idea what size that is, but it looks bigger than any wheel I've had. All the coolers, it's really cool. You have done a really good job of putting this thing together. This is a really awesome car.
You know, you look at this oil cooler, we've actually invented this new bar and plate design. So you see, if you see a bar like this on the intercooler, it's a square. And what I did when we came up with this one is we notched it out so it's lighter, but it's stronger.
Yeah.
And you get better airflow through the core. So this is something that we've just come out with, and we think it's a big improvement over your conventional style bar and plate coolers.
That's awesome, dude. I really dig this intercooler. It's just like, I can't get over how big it is, and then the end plates stuff up here is really nice. And it's harder to even see the radiator, but I just love the shrouding that's integrated into it. I think that's such a cool thing that is also overlooked, that people forget to shroud their cars, and that's like a massive issue that a lot of people have. You're not cool in your car, you don't have a shrouded direct airflow.
People are always complaining like, oh, I put this radiator in and for some reason it's not working. And there's so many components. It's like a harmonious balance with cooling. You have to have good ducting. You also have to have good entry flow and exit flow. So the air has got to go in, but it's got to have somewhere to go as well. So when guys put a radiator right up against their engine block and the fans are right behind it and they wonder why it's not cooling, I tell them, hey, you got to move it up a little bit, or you got to get some vents in the hood. So you always want to make sure you're aware of how many coolers are you stacking in front of each other. You know, I've seen guys with a radiator, AC condenser, intercooler, oil cooler, and they wonder why their car is overheating, because by the time the air gets to the radiator, it's hot. And you know, just the flow of air, it's not even passing through.
Right.
And then you also got to make sure that you have a really good fan. You have to have really good high CFM fans that work. We only use Spall fans for all of our kits or all of our radiators that we sell fans with. So yeah, a lot of different things are really required when it comes to proper car cooling, especially in a race car.
Yeah.
You know, it being my business, we kind of have a joke. It's cooling's not important until you realize you need it.
Yeah.
And then everyone, it's almost like an afterthought for these guys because they've designed their whole engine, they've built their whole car, but they haven't taken into account proper cooling. So yeah, it's super important, especially, you know, places with hot weather. You're trying to race your car at Bunwillow or a California track in the middle of summer or in the Middle East or somewhere like an endurance race. If you don't have proper cooling, you're not going to be on the track very long.
Yeah.
So, and that's, you know, the whole reason we built this car. You know, we're going to race it, and we want to be able to show people that this is racing in that hot summer weather lap after lap.
And now you're stuck in Southern California where everything is hot.
And now it's
Every
getting hot
track
everywhere,
is just
yeah.
a desert. And the last time I was out at Horse Thief, I think it was 116 degrees. So yeah, it's a very important thing. And the car is great. You guys have killed it all the way through, everybody involved. We got to get you out of here because I know you got stuff to do. He's building another car for SEMA, along with some other friends that are building more cars for SEMA that we're going to get to see later. We'll probably have to invite you guys back because they're going to be even cooler than this, even though this is awesome. Now you're going to another stage of progression. So we'll let you get back to that. Thank you for bringing the car in, man. Pleasure seeing you.
Yo, Dan, I really appreciate it. Thanks for having us here again.
No problem,
Thank
man.
you.
And you have good friends. I know all your friends.
Yeah,
We've had a lot of his friends on this show, and every single one of these builds has been really awesome. So